Alright guys, so this is going to be an events math video. We're going to break down what you need to expect. Fortunately this week, it's a little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty. The events are both very easy and very terrible depending on where you stand. We're going to get into that. But first things first, you're going to notice I'm alone. And it's a new sad reality where Scottie will not be doing these event videos with me. He is headed off to Zone 5, as we call it. He's retiring, and he will be retiring as soon as he possibly can. So best wishes to Scottie. We love you, buddy. Thank you so much for helping me do these events and setting the stage. And he did help me get the math, some of the numbers for this one, so it should be pretty accurate. I know it's accurate. I spent a lot of time. That's why it's coming out so late. Anyway, let's get into the video. Alright, so first things first, let's just go over this week's side quests. So we got Coordinated Assault starting on the 5th, so make sure you use your Strike Pass, or yeah, it's your Strike Pass, ISO Energy for that. We got the Cloak Blitz starting on February 6th. You're going to want to hold those rewards. The Omega Red is going to be available on February 6th, so if you have your Secret Avengers plus Winter Soldier and Nick Fury ready, maybe you can get a couple extra yellow stars on him. The new hard campaigns are coming on February 7th, so a couple new characters to be farmed if you don't already have them up. Though these are somewhat older characters, with the exception of, I believe, Strange Heartless, who was in the Arena Orb. Now you can get him a little bit more readily. So I love those new hard campaign nodes, and they do have extra catalysts on them. I think it's 2 or 3 instead of what was just 1 before. So I'm excited for those. We have the Quick Rumble for War Dogs on February 10th. That's right, the M'Baku and Killmonger will not count towards this one. We got the War Scourge starting on February 10th as well. So if you need a recap on how to do those nodes, make sure you check out my War Scourge playlist on the Discord. The Discord will be linked in the description below. You can go ahead and join. Black Panther 1 million is headed to the 14-day Strike Pass. So make sure if you want to get your War Dogs up more, make sure you complete the pass to get that free track. And if you're a spender, then go nuts. Nowhere Heist starts on the 10th. A couple dark promo credits. Relic Hunt also starts on the 10th. Bunch of orange gear. U.S. Agent is heading to the Shards. He's going to be replacing Deathpool, unfortunately. Kind of a weird choice there. Then Agent Venom is going to the Red Star promo stores. If you were lucky enough to get him higher than 3 yellow stars, then you're a dirty spender. And the math we're about to do is perfect for you. Let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so the first event we're going to be talking about is Rage of the Past. This is going to give you monthly event pieces, Hero Asgard Ravagers and Gamma Shards, Mystic and Skill Gear, as well as some catalysts. And in the orbs themselves, there's going to be some orbs in this event. There's also going to be a little bit of gold, a couple more shards, a couple more gears, Mystic, and believe it was Bio. So there's a nice little overlap there. How the scoring is going to work, a little bit up in the air, but I think it's going to be earn 1 Blitz credit, gets you 7 milestone points. That 1 was missing in the blog post, but it kind of makes sense the way the math works out. And then earning 1 Warlord Orb fragment, say that 5 times fast, is going to get you 1 point per fragment. This is going to be a 3-day long event. So it's actually not so bad for the monthly piece. It's actually very, very easy. Let me go ahead and blow this up so we can go through it together. So for the Blitz portion of this event, you're going to have your Blitz Star, or sorry, your Red Star Blitz, your Premium Blitz, your Cloak Blitz, and the 4 daily challenges you can collect every day. Because this is only a 3-day long event, but if you wait to collect that daily milestone after the story reset when this event starts, you can kind of double up and get a 4th. That's going to get you 5,900 Blitz currency. That's times by 7 to do the conversion into the milestone points. That's going to be 41,000 points. That's a lot of points. And the Blitz portion caps out at 67,000, so they're not really asking you to do a crazy amount of Blitz. Now, I don't know when this comes live, if that's like a hard cap on getting 7 points, and then every other Blitz you do after that gets you a lesser points. That's what they did in one of the U.S. Agent ones. I don't believe that's the case. I do think there was a hard cap at 67,000. So if you do collect those 4 sources of your Blitz credits, again, your Red Star, your Premium, your Cloak Blitz, and your daily, I believe it's daily villains portion, which auto-completes from having your streak done, then you're only going to need to collect 26,330 milestone points via the Blitz portion. We're going to divide that by 7 because that's how many milestone points is earned per currency, which gives us 3,762. We're dividing by that by 15 because that is the average amount of blitz currency you get per match victory, and that's going to give us 251 battles needed. I'm dividing that by 35 teams. That's going to be 35 wins of the blitz. That means 7.2 rotations over the 3 days is only 2.4 rotations per day. Not bad at all. And there's also another portion of this. So earning War Orb fragments. Now this is speculation because we don't know how many fragments we're going to get per piece of energy. Historically, it's been 2 fragments per 1 energy. So I'm going to go off that. Even if it's 1 point per 1 energy, it's not going to change much in this event. Well, it will if you're going to go crazy. So your daily energy, you get 240. You generate over time 288. I'm factoring in 4 50-core refreshes here. I think most people are going to be doing that because you're leveling up to level 95. That's going to give you 480. The web store gives you 100. Grand total of 1,108. We're going to times that by 2. That's the speculative number that 1 energy becomes 2 fragments. That's going to give you basically 1 orb a day. 2,216 points over the 3 days. That's 6,648 points. Now, this is where the event looks it looks pretty good if all you care about is the monthly event, is what it comes down to. So the points needed for the monthly event are 52,000. We're going to subtract our 41,370. That's going to get and our orb amount. That's going to be the extra blitz needed just to get the monthly pieces. Assuming you're doing those 50 core refreshes, you're not overcapping on your energy. It's going to be roughly about 4,000 extra blitz needed. We're going to divide that by 7. Again, divide that by 15, and that's going to leave only 38 blitz battles needed. Basically one rotation during this event if you're doing your 50 cores, and if you properly saved all your blitz currency sources, you only need to do 1 rotation to get the monthly milestone. That's pretty fantastic. It's basically a nothing event. Get in there, do what you regularly do, and you should be fine. Let's look at the milestones past the monthly stuff. So milestones gained if you hit the limit. So if you hit that 67,700 and you get your 6,648 just from doing your regular energy spending, that's going to get you 74,348 points total, getting you that milestone 23. Now let's just look at completion because this blew my freaking mind. All right, so for completion, it is 140,000 milestone points. If we take away that 67,700, which is the maximum, the limit you can get from blitzing, you still need to acquire 72,300 points through Warlord Orb fragments. If we divide that by 2, that's going to be the energy needed is 36,150, which means your daily energy used during this time is going to be 12,050. That isn't a crazy absurd number, but you need to hold the salt because this is a speculative number that 1 energy equals 2 fragments. Maybe it's going to be a lot more. If it is a lot more, it means you're going to need to do 0 blitzing, which is why I don't think it's going to be a lot more. I do think it's going to be 1 energy is 2 fragments, and we're going to go from there. So finishing this milestone is going to be for the Krakeniest of Krakens, and I don't suggest anybody do it. I don't suggest anybody do it. The stuff in the orbs, not worth trying to grind out that many orbs. The stuff in the milestone is not worth that. But again, it's kind of speculative because if say 1 energy is equal to 10 fragments, the math on this changes dramatically. Or if it's equal to 20 fragments, then this would change by a factor of 10. And all of a sudden, instead of needing to do 12,000 daily energy, it's 1,200. And that's super manageable. So we'll have to see how that conversion works. But I mean, who are we kidding here? This is Scopely. Come on now. All right, and then we have the Absorbing Man. Oof for character unlocks, guys. Now, this is going to feel a lot like the Agent Venom event. So the rewards, monthly event pieces, Absorbing Man shards, dark promo credits, and L4 ions. The scoring is as follows. Play 1 raid battle, you get 1,500 points. There is a limit on this as well, 25,500. Play 1 war battle, get 2,000 points. That's 28,000 limit there. Spend 1 power core is going to give you 5 points. Obviously, this is going to be a heavy power core spending event, just like Agent Venom was. It only has a 4-day duration instead of a 7-day duration. So you would think the core costs got squished too? You would think, but you'd be wrong. Okay, so here's how the math works out. Just let's quickly break down the raid and war battle portion. The raid war limit needs 25,500 points. We're going to divide that by the 1,500 each raid battle gives you. You need to do 17 battles over the 4 days. Super duper manageable, right? That's nothing. Then you have the war reward limit, 28,000 divided by the 2,000 points it gives. that is now 14 battles. Now, this is going to depend on the war zone you're in. I believe war zone 1 is the one that gets screwed by this, because this starts on Thursday the 9th, which means if you are in a competitive alliance or any kind of alliance that finishes before that energy, you're not going to benefit when it drops on Thursday. Instead, you're going to only get the one war on Friday. It only lasts 4 days, right? So Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday. And by the time your Monday war starts, this event will be over. So you're going to need to get, if you're in Warzone 1, 14 war battles done to complete this portion. Why would you do this on the Thursday? Why wouldn't you do this on the Monday or the Tuesday, where it guarantees every single person gets 2 wars? And then your 14 war battles are just as trivial as your raid battles, which I think is what you were going for, but I really don't know. Maybe you guys just know Legion and Mutiny are in Warzone 1, so this will affect them and they're going to spend more power cores. I don't know, just wearing my little tinfoil hat on that one. Anyway, if you complete both of these portions, you're going to get 53,500. Now let's talk benchmarks for this one, because the math is super easy at this point. The points for the monthly, to collect all the monthly stuff for the Titania, is 49,000. Now, collecting this 49,000 and all these monthly pieces will also unlock the Absorbing Man for you. Let me just verify that that is true. The Absorbing Man, nope, I was incorrect. You need to get to milestone 28. Nope, I am correct. Milestone 29 is the cosmetic case. That is the last monthly item. So basically, if you complete the raid and the war portion of this, you're going to unlock Absorbing Man. So if you do your 17 raid battles and your 14 war battles, congratulations, you just unlocked Absorbing Man. Now let's look at the other milestones. So the cores needed to hit the next milestone, which will give you the, I'm just looking at the best part of the rewards here, 150,000 L4 ions, only 500 cores. Very manageable over 4 days. I believe, yeah, this one's 4 days. If you're doing your 200 energy, you're going to get that. Milestone 31, the reward there wasn't clear. It is teal focus catalyst, but the number was showing like 60,000, which was just what the milestone point unlock was. So I'm not sure how many teal focus catalysts it's actually going to give. Milestone 32 is another 150k L4 ions. You're going to need to spend 2,100 cores to hit that. Now here's some more Absorbing Man shards. Milestone 33 will get you 30 Absorbing Man shards. You're only going to need to spend 3,700 cores to hit that mark. Then Milestone 34 will get you a whopping 300,000 L4 ions. That's going to be 5,500 cores. And Milestone 35, where the additional 50 Absorbing Man shards in, which means you could get 180 shards from this event, is going to cost you 8,100 cores. Let's talk about Absorbing Man orb gains. What makes more sense here? So your orb cost is 675 cores per orb. The minimum drop is 6 shards, which is my average. But apparently the actual average is 8 or 9 shards per orb. So keep that in mind when we go through this math. If you dropped the 3,700 shards, just because the only thing you cared about was the 30 Absorbing Man shards. If you dropped 3,700 cores on just the orbs instead, you would get 33 shards. If you dropped the 8,100 cores on the Absorbing Man orbs, you would get 72. So not 80, but the 72. That is with minimum drops. You are much more likely to get at least 80. If you factor in the actual average, I think it was 91 or something like that. You're better off, and it is available right now. If you don't care about the L4 ions, instead you just care about his shards, you can go ahead, you can core his orb instead. Maybe you get 1 lucky and you only end up spending 675 instead of 8,100. But then you miss out on all the other goodies. So I guess it's up to you. Either way, terrible value on everything in this game. I miss Scotty. Have a good day. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.